building, Lord. Hey, you guys, how you guys are feeling today? This is LaDon. I am in the house, and I'm hoping you guys enjoy your day. If you like my video, like. If you want to subscribe. If you want to comment, go ahead and comment. My day's been pretty good and stuff like that, but you know what I'm saying? I love telling stories, I tell stories. I enjoy it. But anyways, what I want to talk about today is New Orleans. I met a girl in New Orleans. I met a girl online, New Orleans. Yeah, I met her. She from New Orleans. Yes. That was a long time ago, man. A long time ago, I met this one girl, and I met her on this dating app called POF. POF is a site for, in majority, for Black African Americans to be on, and you can talk to people, communicate, see if you guys have things in common, and see if you guys can work things out and see if you can, take things further. But it's a dating app. POF to me is trash, but I tell people to use it. Hell no. They say dating apps are just for sex now. I've been on dating apps. I ever had sex all the time I meet them? No. I don't meet like every woman I get to have sex with. It's just not. But they say it's a sex app. They say all dating apps are a sex. So, But I met this one girl on POF, and what happened was, we were talking, and she had a New Orleans accent, and I was amazed by the accent. I do like women with different accents. It's very sexy. If a woman has a German accent, just from a different country, it's just sexy. I don't know why, and I think me being from California, women told me that my voice is sexy because I'm from California. It's weird, but that's what it is. I met this girl from New Orleans, and we were talking and we communicate, we laugh, we got along very well. But she moved here about like 2 months ago from New Orleans, and I decided to hang out with her. We went on a date. We got to know each other. You know what I'm saying? When I met her, she was in the medical field. She was in the medical field, and she was making damn good money, and she wanted to stay with me, but I was not going to let her stay with me, but she could stay here and there, so I was cool with that. We were just getting to know each other, nothing like a relationship or nothing like that, and I started hanging out with her. I took her out on the first date. We had a good time. I remember she had, like, this woman had, she had about 4 kids. And I went out with her. That's when I was talking to women with a lot of kids. I don't do that no more, But I was talking to her, and I took her out. She was a little cute little thing, kept her weight looking good. After 4 kids, but she had a real cute face. New Orleans, she had that accent, and we went down. This time we went down we went down to this lounge, and we had got some few drinks and everything, and we had a good time. We were dancing and eating and had a good time. And she was from New Orleans, and I knew she was from New Orleans, the accent and stuff like that, but there was like some homeless man playing his drums in the streets after the club, just that, he was just playing his drum, and she started dancing, and I didn't understand why she was dancing, and she was like, yeah, this is from New Orleans, this is New Orleans. I don't know if I have the accent, but this is from New Orleans, yeah, and she was dancing and dancing, having a good time, and I let her be. And I'm the type of person that don't never change nobody. I let people just be them, and she was just having a good time and everything. And we didn't take an Uber back that day. We jumped on a train back. And when I jumped on the train, she like drank too much, so I had to take care of her being too drunk. But she liked me. We had a damn good time, and I was talking to her for a while. Getting to know her and everything. She had other guys. I didn't really care. I didn't care. Because I was not in a relationship, so it's like whatever. But these guys that she was talking to, they she was playing them, taking for their money and and all that. But she made damn good money. She was in a medical field, like I was saying, more than a medical nurse. She had this, the credentials that a lot of people didn't have. She was working for this cancer hospital, and doctors and nurses, they really needed her, what she certified in, and she always had a job. She made damn good money, and she was living out there, and she came up here to work, right? Came up to work, and she stayed with me here and there, because she had to work. But her kids, they were grown. They stayed in Palm Springs. Yeah, she stayed in Palm Springs, and she used to go back and forth, and I thought she was cool. So we got to know each other and everything. We got along and everything. So this time, she asked me, like, after 2 weeks, she asked me, like, LaDon, you want to be with me? Like, the accent, you want to be with me? And I was just like, I don't even know you. It's been 2 weeks. I got to get to know you and everything. And she said, okay. And I got to know her, and we hung out. But there was a spot we went to, this place where they had, like, fish, like a little Chinese store, a Korean seafood place where you buy, like, fish and crab and all kind of stuff. It's a seafood little store. And we went there, and I remember she got a crab. She grabbed the crab. She said, Adon, I want this one. And she grabbed it, and she put it in the bag, But the claws were all clamped, but she grabbed it, put it in, and I was just like, what? Like, this is a live crab. And the crab was blue. It was blue, and I was just like, okay. So we drove around town looking for a big old pot for her to cook her crab in. I don't know, and nothing like that, but we had to get a big old pot. So we waited about an hour looking for a pot that was not expensive. And she came home and cut up some onions and to put that crab in that pot. The steaming water, she boiled that water on my stove, and she put that crab in there, and it was a live crab. And I thought crab was always red. I didn't know crab was blue, because my mom, when she cooked crab, it's always crab legs. But she cooked that crab. She threw some seasoning on it and everything. And she was just working it out, throwing onions, whatever she wanted. But that woman can cook. I said, that woman can just get a live crab and just put them in the hot pan and just season them up. And she asked me, do you want some? And that time I was not eating crab. I was not a pescatarian. I was a vegetarian. And I said no, and she said okay, and she ate that crab. I mean, she ate everything. I mean, she ate the head part, the leg. I mean, she was eating everything. I was like, damn, this woman is from New Orleans, and I knew she can cook. She said, I can cook. And I think they have crab burrows out there in New Orleans. And we started getting to know each other. But she really, really liked me. And I know she had kids, but she didn't want me to know who these kids were. She wanted to grow feelings towards me and really be with me. And I didn't really look at her like that. I was still getting to know her. So a little months passed and stuff like that. She told me, LaDon, I was at my mama house at the time. She said, LaDon, I'm having, I want to celebrate your, she's like, I want to celebrate your birthday. And I don't know if that's a new accent of New Orleans, but it's something like that. But she was like, I want to celebrate your birthday. Come on down. And I was like, I was on the phone. I was like, your kids gonna be there? She's like, no, my kids are not gonna be here. They're gonna be out of town. I said, oh, okay, all right, then cool. She said, I'm gonna cook for you. So I said, all right, then sound good. So I spent a little time with my mom and I drove down there to Palm Springs to be with her. It was about 4 o'clock when I got there. And I was so happy to get there, and I knocked on the door. It was my first time ever coming to her place. And I knew she had a place because that's where her kids stayed. And I remember I knocked on the door, boop, 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 boop. And she said, Dom, I'm coming. And she came and she opened up the door. And I gave her a hug and gave her a kiss. And then I walked in the apartment. And I was just looking around. I was nervous. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And I stood there for a minute, like looking like, okay, I never knew this was going to happen. And my heart is beating and everything, and I'm shy. I'm not scared, just nervous. And I seen her daughter standing there. And then I seen her other daughter standing there. And I was like, okay. Then I seen her son there. He was the oldest. He was like 19, 20. And then I seen another young girl there, and I'm standing there like, all right. And I'm thinking in my mind like, you told me, in my mind, I'm like, you told me your kids are not gonna be here. We're just gonna enjoy my birthday. And I'm looking like, okay. Woo! And I looked to the side and I seen this grown man. He had we had a weed socks. He had weed socks on. You know, and I knew he liked to smoke weed because he had weed socks on. And he had this cast and stuff, like he broke his arm. And he was like, what's up, Don? I was like, I don't know. Who is this? Who is this guy? You know, the kids are here. There's 4 kids here and 1 guy. And I look at the girl and I was like, oh, who is this guy? The woman said to me from New Orleans, oh, LaDon, that's my baby daddy. And I'm like, baby daddy? All right. So I'm tripping on it, and I sitting there like, okay. And the kids were real warm. They were real nice to me. They was like, hey, what's up? They called me Don. Don. They called me Mr. Don. Mr. Don. I was like, all right. No. I was sitting there like, what? Tripping out. And she was in there cooking, and she was cooking crawfish, shrimp. She was cooking a crab roll at the time. And that was a surprise. And I'm sitting there, and I went into the kitchen. I was like, oh, why is your kids here? She said, oh, LaDon, I wanted you to see my kids, and I wanted you to see my baby daddy, to see that I was not hiding anything. I was like, you could have kept it hidden. You could have kept it hidden like you said. But I seen them, and I met the kids, and we had fun on my birthday. And I met her baby daddy. He was like, "What's up, Don?" He was the coolest cat on the planet. The son was cool, and I was like sitting there like this, like I don't know what. And the kids were asking me questions like, "Where are you from?" And I told them I live in LA, and what do you do for a living? And where's your family? And I was just like shocked because I ain't supposed to see nobody but me and her and hang out. And I'm sitting there, and the New Orleans woman was cooking, and she had the 4 kids from her baby daddy. She had 4 kids from her baby daddy. 4 from him. And I couldn't believe I seen them. Guys, we don't want to look at your baby daddy because we judge him and look at him like, really, really, not the guy with the weed socks. And he became super cool. Nothing happened. And I met all the kids, and we hung out, and we danced, and had fun, and everything. And that was crazy. That was crazy. So we had fun, and then after all that, she asked me, LaDon, do you want to go? Because she moved from moved to Palm Springs to Texas, because she had this career like she can just move anytime. People were hiring for this certain fighter position because she was certified. So she moved to Texas, and I was sitting there after I got to know her for a while, and she was like, "Don, you want to go to Texas?" And I'm like, okay, I knew. I said to myself, okay, Texas is a little bit far, and I decided to go to Texas with her, to take her stuff and drop off, and that's where she was going to stay to help her move and everything. And we took we drove. I drove. She drove a little bit, but I was driving and driving and driving and driving and driving. And we had fun. We listened to some gossip music, and we understood the gossip, and we laughed, and we sung the song, and we got along pretty cool. But when we got to Texas, we stopped at some places to eat before we came to Texas. We spent a night in a hotel. The next day we had to keep driving because Texas, and I didn't know Texas was that long. Texas is 27 hours, you stopping and everything. It's a long drive. If somebody gonna tell you to go to Texas, you need to get paid, okay? Or everything is free on them, because Texas is a long ass drive. For me to go to Texas with somebody else, they got to give me $500, $600 just to drive with you to Texas, okay? You got to pay me just to go to Texas with you because that was a long ass drive to Texas. Because when you get to Texas, you be like, oh, there's a Texas sign. We're in Texas. And find out you can go to Texas another day. You could go to Texas another day. You be like, damn, the state is so big. You be like, shit. They're like, yeah. And I drove. She drove sometime, but I drove most of the time. I was tired. I was super tired. We stayed in some rinky-dinky hotels, like the bed was hard, and it was just like, oh, well, but it was some rinky-dinky hotels. And we stayed another night in Texas before we got to the destination at this hotel that was just nasty. And we left and we went somewhere else. And we drove. We kept driving and driving and driving and driving. Driving. Texas is far. So if y'all ass want to go to Texas, be prepared. Okay? When you about to go to Texas, you be like, okay, this gonna be a long trip. You gotta get ready. Like, okay, you gotta tell your mom. Don't be thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get here quick. You gotta tell your mom, this gonna be a long trip. So come on, tell your mom it's gonna be a long ass trip, because it was. And we finally get to Texas. And she had a nice condo apartment. It was really, really nice. And it was me and her. She left her kids at her place in Palm Springs before she moved out. I mean, when she was moving out there, she was getting socialized. What is that? I don't know what the word is. She was getting comfortable in Texas, and I went to Texas. The food is good in Texas. I'll tell you that the food was really good. The catfish in California. Boo! The fish in New Orleans, yeah. Not New Orleans, Texas, yeah. Fish is good. The food is delicious out there, and they give you big old portions of food. You know, like here in California, they give you little ass portions. You only get eat like that day, then you hungry again. But Texas is big. Like, yeah, you know, just big old bowls of fish. Big old, everything is big in Texas, okay? And I ate there, and it was delicious food there and everything. And I drove there, and we stayed. And I got there, hung out with some of her relatives, not many, and drank that margarita shake that goes around in places. And Texas was cool. It's very big. Everything's spread far, and everything's like big. But I didn't really get that much experience down. I think I was down there for like 2 days, and that was it. And so the next day we went out, did some stuff with our family and stuff. And then our friends, I didn't really see our family, it was our friends. And then I went back on a plane back to LA. It was real short. Texas was like only 2 hours and a half. Yeah, just take a plane. You want to go to Texas, take a plane. Driving, forget it. And the reason I don't talk to her no more was because she was going to throw a party out there and have a good time, and she invited me. She was telling me, oh, LaDon, you know, I want to invite you, and I know you went that full trip with me. I'm going to pay for you to go to Texas and to go to Texas again to hang out for a birthday party. And no, she didn't pay. I paid to go out there, and I lost that trip because something happened with her birthday, and she canceled, and I lost my money. And then she said, "Don, don't worry about it. I know because you lost your money, I'm gonna pay you." And she never paid me my $200, and that was it. Never had no grudge against her about the money. She was just in Texas, and I was in LA. I knew that was not going to work, but it was fun when it lasts. And that's a part of life. So she moved out there and her kids and everything. She called me, I'd say I'd say a long time ago. And she told me that she had a blast with me. She had a blast in Hollywood. She had a blast out in Long Beach. She had a blast just hanging out with me, going and driving to Texas. She said, I enjoyed every minute of what we did. And I was happy about that. And, but she had a boyfriend at the time. He was an African type dude. And I knew that was not going to work because women like, oh, we're going to be friends. We still going to hang out. I'm like, no, you got a man. It's not going to work out. And, I heard she was still with that man, but she got scammed out of some money out of him, and yeah, she got scammed out of the money and stuff like that. And I asked her, like, what happened to you and your baby daddy? Is your baby daddy still around? And she was like, no. he died. He just died out of nowhere. And that was sad because I met that man. He was a real cool guy with weed socks. And he was the coolest dude on the planet. But he passed away, and she didn't tell me why he passed, nothing like that. And she's just checking on me, see how I was doing. Well, Don, what are you doing and all that? I miss you, and I wish we could hang out again. But she lives in Texas, and she told me she's now she's a traveling nurse. She travels around the world, make damn good money, and she's still in Texas. And hey, that's the New Orleans girl that I met, and it was cool when it lasted. I think I was the first woman with the accent that I really hung out with. There's another girl, but this is the one I'm talking about right now. The New Orleans girl that I met. But after that phone call, we didn't talk no more. I didn't keep her number or nothing. She lives in Texas. People are far distance. It's not going to work. And if it did work, people just like, if it did work, then all it can be is sex. I keep telling them it can never be nothing because long distance, nobody don't want to move in a year and figure out they want to move in 6 months or a year. It's not gonna work out. But anyways, I had a good time with her and everything, and life goes on. You just keep pressing forward. But that's just all about the New Orleans girl that I met. Cool. She was cool. But anyways, hey, you guys, I'm full as hell. Like my stomach. I ate, but I'm feeling a little bit. I'm full. I'm full as hell today. Okay, I am. But what I want to say to you guys, I had a damn good time with you guys. I was a chill, but anyway. My name is LaDon. Enjoy your day. And have a enjoy your night. But anyways, I'm tired. If you like my show, watch my show, or subscribe to my show, or comment, and share with your friends and family. My name is LaDon, and I'm out. Bye!